I've had a lot of strange experiences growing up, but this is the one that still makes my stomach tighten when I think about it, because I wasn't alone when it happened. I was about 12 years old at the time. It was late afternoon, not quite dark yet, but the sun was already low enough that the light coming through the windows felt dim and tired. The house was quiet in that way it gets when nothing is really happening. No TV, no music, just that soft, empty silence. I was in my parents' bedroom with my dad. He was sitting on the edge of the bed and I was standing near the doorway just talking to him about school. Nothing important. I remember feeling calm, safe, normal. My mom was in the walk-in closet. The closet light was off, but the door was wide open, and enough light from the bedroom spilled inside that we could clearly see her silhouette. I remember it vividly, her back turned to us, shoulders slightly hunched forward as she folded clothes. She had her hair up in a bun. That detail sticks with me because my mom always wore her hair that way when she was doing chores. It was just her. I could hear the soft rustle of fabric, shirts being folded, pants stacked. Everything about it felt completely ordinary. At some point during the conversation, my dad asked her a question. Something simple, I don't even remember what it was. No response. He waited a few seconds and asked again a little louder. Still nothing. I glanced toward the closet, expecting my mom to say something or turn around, but she didn't. She just kept folding clothes, slow and steady, like she hadn't heard him at all. My dad sighed and called her name again, this time louder. Nothing. I could hear irritation creeping into his voice as he raised it, calling her name over and over. The room felt tense, like the air had thickened just a little. I remember thinking it was weird. My mom wasn't ignoring him on purpose. That wasn't like her. So I did the obvious thing. I stood up and walked toward the closet. As I stepped inside, I expected to brush past her. I expected to smell laundry detergent, feel her presence right there in front of me. But before I could say anything, I heard footsteps behind me, real footsteps, from the hallway. I froze. Then my mom's voice filled the room. "Why are you yelling my name?" I turned around slowly. She was standing in the bedroom doorway. Her hair was wet. She had a towel wrapped around her body. She had just gotten out of the shower. For a split second, my brain refused to process what I was seeing. It felt like two realities were trying to exist at the same time. I looked at her, then I looked back into the closet. It was empty, completely empty. No clothes being folded, no figure, no shadow, just shelves, hangers, and silence. The sound of fabric was gone. I didn't scream. I didn't move. I just stood there staring into that dark space, my heart hammering so hard I could feel it in my throat. My dad had gone quiet too. I slowly turned to look at him. His face was pale. Not confused, not curious, terrified. He was staring at the closet with his mouth slightly open, like he wanted to say something but couldn't force the words out. That's when I knew. I hadn't imagined it. He had seen her too. My mom looked between us, confused, asking what was wrong, but neither of us answered right away. I don't even remember what we told her afterward. Something vague, something to brush it off. But the feeling in that room never went away. That night I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that figure again. The shape of my mom, the familiar bun, the way she stood folding clothes like it was the most normal thing in the world. Whatever it was, it didn't rush. It didn't scare us on purpose. It just existed there. And that's what scares me the most. Because if my mom hadn't walked into the room when she did, if my dad hadn't yelled her name, I don't know how long we would have watched it. Or what would have happened if I tried to touch it. To this day, my dad refuses to talk about it, and I've never seen anything like that again. But sometimes when I walk past an open closet late at night, and the light is just right, I feel that same quiet fear crawl up my spine, like something is standing there, perfectly still, pretending to be someone I love. I grew up near a wide stretch of open land known simply as the Heath, a place everyone treated like it was normal, but nobody ever really felt comfortable in. Over the Heath stood an old Waterhouse that it was ancient, crumbling, and somehow still functioning. Even as a kid, I remember thinking it was a miracle that something so old, damp, and neglected could still pump water for the entire estate. The building itself was made of dark bricks with a black slate roof and heavy iron doors, or at least that's what it had once had. By the time I was growing up, it was barely a shell of what it used to be. The doors were gone, the windows were smashed out from generations of kids throwing stones at it. Inside was nothing but shadows, pipes, and silence. My mama and her siblings had grown up playing on the heath too, and they all told us the same thing. That place scared them back then, just like it scared us now. One summer day during the school holidays, it was unbearably hot. The kind of heat where the air feels heavy and everything smells dry and dusty. The older boys, my cousins, were home for some reason, and the rest of us younger kids were being loud, restless little nightmares. So they came up with a solution: blackberry picking. Mama agreed immediately. The boys were 16, 17, and 18, responsible, trusted, and always babysitting us anyway. We all knew the rules: stay close, listen to them, don't wander. About half an hour later we were off, fruit buckets in hand. Gran's house backed directly onto the heath. There was a fence with a small gap at the end. One cousin passed me through, another lifted my tiny wheelchair over, and the rest of the kids scrambled through without a second thought. As we walked, the boys told spooky stories, like they always did, half to scare us, half because we begged them to. They were brilliant storytellers, the kind that made everything feel real. But when we reached the Waterhouse, nobody spoke. Even the older boys went quiet. For such a plain building, it always looked wrong. The shadows around it seemed deeper, the air colder, like sound itself didn't want to travel near it. We had to pass another fence before reaching our favorite blackberry field. As we squeezed through, the mood changed. We all remembered the story, the old tale everyone on the estate knew. Back in the early 1960s, there had been a gang of violent bank robbers. Local men, brutal ones. They terrorized staff and customers, shooting at anything that moved. During one robbery, a 19-year-old trainee bank clerk was killed, 5 others badly injured. One of the gang died too. Another was seriously wounded. The rest escaped with barely any money and fled across the heath, hiding out in the Waterhouse, which was still relatively new back then. Months later, 6, they said, all 3 remaining gang members were found dead inside. Rotting. No clear explanation. After that, strange things began happening. People reported hairy figures moving between the pipes. A thick, rotten smell like stagnant river weeds hung in the air. Wails, murmurs, day and night. In the late 70s, homeless people who sheltered nearby began dying mysteriously. Nothing was ever proven, but everyone knew to stay away. That's why we hurried past. Once we were farther away, we younger kids dared a quick look back, just one, before being herded along. Soon enough, we reached the blackberry field and forgot about it, laughing, eating berries, splashing in the river. But as the sun dropped low, it was time to go home. The walk back felt different. We were quieter, tired. When we reached the fence near the Waterhouse again, the air felt wrong, thick, close, like before a thunderstorm. As the boys lifted my wheelchair, one of them froze. Something moved at the back of their bruv. We gave him a sideways look. It was usually the prankster, but this time, he wasn't smiling. I'm going to have a look. He slipped past us. Then, a scream. Not a joke scream. Not a shout. Pure terror. It yelled for us to run. And we did. They didn't even stop to set my chair down properly. One cousin carried me. Another folded the wheelchair while running. Hands grabbed hands. Feet pounded the ground. Don't look back. I kept yelling. I did. I saw nothing. We didn't stop until we reached the fence by the road, until we could see houses again. Lights. Safety. Everyone was gasping for air. B finally asked, "What did you see?" Could barely speak. Yellow eyes, hairy face. We never told the adults the truth. They said it was probably a drunk man looking for golf balls. But we knew better. We didn't go near the Waterhouse again for a very long time. And even now, decades later, I still don't believe that thing was human. It happened when I was 11 years old. Back then, I wasn't exactly the easiest kid to deal with. I had a habit of staying up late, long after I was supposed to be asleep. I don't even remember why I did it. I just liked the quiet, The feeling that the world had slowed down and left me alone. My room was at the end of the house, and when you opened the door, you could see straight down a long corridor. And when I say long, I mean long. At night, no light reached it at all. Not from the windows, not from the other rooms. It just turned into this black tunnel that seemed to swallow sound and depth. You couldn't see the end of it. You couldn't even tell how far it really went. That night, I was sitting at my desk, drawing in an old album. The only light in my room came from a small lamp beside me. Everything outside that circle of light felt distant, unreal. At some point, without really thinking about it, I turned my head toward the open door. And that's when I saw it. Something was standing in the corridor. It was about the height of a child, maybe 8 or 9 years old, too short to be an adult, too still to be normal. At first, my brain refused to understand what my eyes were showing me. I just stared at it, trying to make sense of the shape. It looked like a figure, but wrong somehow, like a silhouette that didn't belong. What stood out the most was what it was wearing. A long red bag. It hung over its body in a way that didn't make sense. Too big, too heavy. The color looked unnaturally deep against the blackness of the hallway. Not bright, just there. Solid. Real. I blinked. Hard. Then again. I rubbed my eyes with both hands and looked back. It was still there. That's when panic started creeping in, slow and cold. I remember my chest tightening, my breathing becoming shallow. My mind immediately started racing for excuses. You're tired, you imagined it, your eyes are playing tricks on you. I tried everything to make it go away. Looking down, looking back, squinting, shaking my head slightly. Nothing changed. And then the thought hit me. What if it's not your imagination? That thought alone felt dangerous. Like acknowledging it would somehow make things worse. I didn't know what to do. I didn't scream. I didn't move. I just turned back to my desk. Slowly, carefully. Like if I moved too fast, it would notice. I stared at the paper in front of me, pretending to draw. Pretending everything was normal. Pretending there wasn't something standing just outside my room in complete darkness. I listened. No breathing, no footsteps, no movement. The only sound I could hear was my own heartbeat, loud, fast, almost painful in my ears. Time felt strange then, like it stretched out. I don't know how long I sat there, seconds, minutes, maybe longer. My body felt tense, like I was bracing for something that never came. And then, I heard footsteps. They were far away at first, soft, echoing slightly in the corridor. Real footsteps. Human ones. They grew closer. I didn't turn around. I didn't dare. A moment later, my bedroom light flicked on. I flinched so hard my chair scraped the floor. It was my mother. She stood in the doorway, tired and irritated, asking why I wasn't asleep yet. Her voice sounded normal, grounded, safe. I finally turned my head toward the corridor. It was empty. The darkness was still there, but whatever had been standing in it was gone. No red bag, no shape, nothing. My mom scolded me, told me to go to bed, and left. I didn't tell her what I saw. I didn't even try. I don't think I could have explained it. That night I didn't sleep. I lay there staring at the doorway, replaying the image over and over in my mind. The height, the stillness, the way it didn't move, didn't react, didn't make a sound. I've never seen anything like it again. I still don't know what it was. But even now, years later, I can't look down a dark hallway without remembering that red shape standing perfectly still, waiting for me to notice it.